Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Blaizeman Morning Show. We're going to talk about some crazy shit like doing it 50s and 60s style. Yeah, mama. I'm in your own, baby.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the crazy ass Blaizeman Morning Show. Look, we're gonna start getting crazier and crazier every freaking morning, okay? Until you people start jumping in and start watching what's going on, okay? I mean, because you got to start tuning into the shows, ladies and gentlemen. And we are on so many fucking platforms, it's not even funny. But I'm getting viewership like the 1960 World Series, man. Anyways, so that's a deal. So if you could just do us a solid, man, and just tell your friends and share us, like us, subscribe to us, all of that stuff like that. Our shows are live. What you watch later on, okay, is just the recording. The system we have automatically records our shows. So when the show's done, it gets recorded, and whatever platform we're on, like YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and all of those like that, excuse me, they save the video because it downloads and it saves. So, when you're watching pre-recorded. But if you're here every day, Monday to Thursday, every day from 9 a.m. until whenever, the Blaizeman Morning Show is up and running live. Excuse me. Also, the Blaizeman and Miss Tammy Show on Tuesday nights from 6 p.m. until whenever. The Rabbit Hole with host Mr. D, Mr. Donnie, and myself. And of course, listen, if you want to give yourself a shot and having a show right here on FFN Network / Blaizeman Media, go to FFN Radio International at gmail.com, okay? And, send us your pitch on whatever you think that, you want to talk about. I don't give a shit what it is. You want to talk about gay rights. You want to have a gay show. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's about the platform and the network to get built, So again, if you're interested, okay, in hosting your own show right here on FFN Network and Blaizeman Media, you don't need anything but a laptop or a camera or your phone, okay, so you can have some serious audio. And if you want to do a show, again, right here on FFN Network or Blaizeman Media, just go to FFN Radio International at gmail.com and pitch us your show and tell us a reason why you want to do a show here on FFN Network, Blaizeman Media. And that's it, So, back to going radio from the 1950s.
And this is how it works. It's sort of like the Orson Welles story. Where the War of the Worlds. I don't know if everybody is aware of the War of the Worlds with Orson Welles and stuff, but this is what radio sounded like in the 40s and in the 50s and all of that stuff like that. Very low quality things and all of that fun stuff like that. So, look. The Blaizeman Morning Show's platform is going to be like crazy, okay? Number one, I do it alone, so it's a tough gig to come up with a lot of things to just sit here and talk to you yourself. If you want to give the show a call at 508-812-0318, you're more than welcome to do that. Also, we just talk about anything. And we got, hi, old man. That's what we got here. I kind of like that. Hello, whoever you are, and thanks for tuning in to the Blaizeman Morning Show. Listen, here's the thing. We're broadcasting for a few minutes like it's the 1940s and the 1950s. Audio-wise, obviously in the 40s and the 50s didn't have, imagine traveling back in time, right? And you got this kind of setup and what kind of craziness it would be. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to broadcast nothing because there would be no internet back there. But just the fun, cool stuff. Like in Back to the Future. You know what I mean? Literally, what Marty had was a complete TV station. Back then, that's what Marty had. And Doc Brown was like, he was like flipping out about it. He was like, this is cool and all of that stuff like that, But this is 1940s, 1950s radio audio. I thought it would be fun to kick off the show with it a little bit and give everybody, an idea, kind of like what it was like in the 40s and the 50s. They had like the Amos and Andy, hey, Amos, what's going to happen today there, pal? Are we going to go down to the food bank and get some food? Shit like that, They would have sound effects of closing doors. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just go put around. Listen, I got to just change the format of the Blaizeman Morning Show. I got to make it fun. I got to make it more appealing and all of those things like that. So with that being said, we're going to cut the cord here on the 40s, 50s type audio, and we're just going to go back to being, cool, Mr. Blaizeman.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I like doing like that. I got a sound effects board that just the shit you can make your voice sound like. It's crazy. It's right on the side of me. It's like I could, during the commercial break, I could spin around and I can, it's on the floor and I can click it with my foot and make it, do certain sounds that I would like and all of that stuff like that, But I got to check this out real quick. And it's not even, anybody that I like. But anyways, so on to morning show this morning show, President, President Sleepy Bunker Joe is going to be visiting Somerset, Massachusetts. And it's literally 6-minute drive from me. Okay. Now, the Blaizeman Morning Show is going to try to get out there and get some audio and do all of that stuff like that. I'm going to try to get out there. I'm going to try to get my camera out there. I'm going to try to zoom in, catch what I can, all of those things like that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my best to get something like that done. To be honest with you, I'd love to be there, and I want to get a credential card, with a little thing and say, FFN media, and they probably won't let me in because they're like, yeah, you're not on the list. We didn't check you out, so we have no idea what FFN media is. Anyways, so Joe Biden's coming to Somerset, Massachusetts. It doesn't really say on what time the fucktard's going to be here. But there's going to be road closures. There's going to be a no-fly zone. I mean, this happens with the president anyways. I mean, they shut down like 2 miles of area. It's insane. It's going to be a no-fly zone because, they don't want anybody fucking crashing into where the president is, a drone or anything to that effect. So traffic's going to suck. Okay, so anybody that's listening to the show right now and is from Fall River, Massachusetts, from Somerset, from Swansea, from Dighton, all that stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to use Route 24 for a route, maybe to go around or some shit like that. But I'm pretty certain that all the exits are going over the Braga Bridge to go to Somerset. I'm pretty sure those exits are going to be shut down. Okay. Also, let's see. Yeah. Also, no fly zone, all that shit like that. I don't know anybody who flies a fucking plane, so I'm not worried about that. So, so Sleepy Bunker Joe, Mr. President, he's going to be here in Somerset, and again, no idea on what time. And I'm getting this information off of my phone, so I'm not trying to be rude and look down and all of that stuff like that. So, but yeah. So let's see here. Yeah. With your commercials, I know I got to do it like dinosaur style. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so stay connected. I thought they were going to give me a video, but I guess not. Let's see. Somerset police are warning of significant delays, detours, and road closures for the president's visit. Somerset is one of the communities along the south coast where the offshore wind sector is slowly taking shape. Last week, First Lady Jill Biden was in the state. She was for 3 days to attend a number of events and took part in several dramatic national committee fundraisers events. So maybe we'll get a little something here. Nobody cares who you are, Eric. Nobody cares. All right, so let's see. Here we go.
First Lady landed at Logan Airport Thursday afternoon. From there, she was
I know
taken
I'm
to
doing
home
it primitive.
base,
I'm
the
sorry.
privately funded program to help veterans and their families with the scars of war that aren't always seen. Case in point, since 9/11, over 100,000 veterans have died by suicide.
Isn't that? Oh man, I don't know why I just played that. Oh baby, I don't know why I just played that. Man, that just kicks my ass sideways, man. They fucking ignore these people. You know what I mean? It really does kick my ass. I just sorry, there was something blinking on my fucking screen. I didn't know what it was, freaking me out. It's just that pot just kills me. You know what I mean? And I just got to take a quick break. I have friends that were in the military. I have two. I have one old friend. Was my best friend when we were young. He went to the Army, did his own thing, and that's Mr. D. And he helps host the Rabbit Hole with me. And of course, Mr. Donnie also has spent a lot of time and did the Iraq thing and and all that stuff like that. And I'm just so happy that these two guys came back safe. Are they a little bit screwed up? Yeah, in a fun sense. Mr. D, he's definitely a little bit mental. But and Mr. Donnie has a trigger. He sets off real fast. But with that being said, I fucking love the both of them. Don't know Mr. Donnie that well, but I know him well enough for doing the shows or whatever that I think he's a great guy. Anyways, and you're just getting back to 114 fucking thousand veterans committed suicide, and I got to take a break. Okay, I do. I got to take a break. You got to bear with me. I'll be back. Okay, just give me a break. 1 second, please. I got to set this up. It's not always set up in the morning, Set up now. Soothing music here that we got. I had to create some of this music myself, just so Facebook doesn't mess with us and all that stuff like that. I'm sick and tired. Even though I've won so many of their claims, I'm just sick and tired of it. You stopped your video and all that stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. So just give me a few, and I'll be right back. Stick around for more of the Blaizeman Morning Show. Hey, everybody. Good morning and welcome back to the Blaizeman Morning Show right here on FFN Network and Blaizeman Media. Listen, I had to take a break, okay, because I literally wanted to smash stuff up against the wall. So, before I took the break, we were discussing 100. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's fucking six numbers. Okay, 114,000 veterans have committed fucking suicide. 114 fucking thousand. And you know what that was? That's on a fucking back page of some paper. Or you got to scroll all the way down on, the Boston Globe or the New York fucking Times or whatever just to see that number. Okay, 114,000 veterans committed suicide. This is one thing that I can't stand, that I think that there's a fucking Republicans and the conservatives just love. You know what I mean? They want to sit there and they want to advocate for not fucking for no abortions or anything like that. No fucking abortion. You know what I mean? Oh, God this and God that, and the fucking church this and the church that. So you're supposed to separate the church from the state. Okay? Church shouldn't be influencing anything that state government does or federal government does or anything to that point. Okay? All right, but they want to advocate for no abortions. Okay, all right. I'm pro-life, but I also believe that the woman, that's her body, it's her choice. Okay. God forbid, I know if I would know somebody or a family member or even a part of my immediate family, I would be very upset about it. I would be very upset about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but I would understand because it's their body, their choice, okay? Now we're jumping off of the veterans into the VA. I want to say it again. 114,000 veterans committed suicide in the last couple of years. 114,000. I'm going to take a drag of my cigarette because I'm going to let that sit into you people that just walk around every day and, it's like, again, you won't see any of these statistics on, the Boston Globe online. Or, you're going to scroll all the way down. Excuse me, I'll go to another page. New York Times, same thing to find any of these statistics. You know what I mean? But again, getting back to conservatives and how, they abortion this and that. No. You know why? Because they want fresh new babies to be born, to fight their wars. Democrats and Republicans. Let's not get fucking flipped here. You know what I mean? Let's not, get like that at all. Okay? And another thing, all right? I get a little bit of text here and there, the language or whatever. Look, this is the Blaizeman Morning Show. You watch the show, you like the show, I love it, that's great. Don't be watching the show around your grandchildren or your children or anything like that. You don't want to watch the live show? Wait for it to come on later. Watch it at night. Go to Stream, STRIMM, for FFN Television Network. That's right, we got a television network. Go to STRIMM.com, okay? Search FFN Network and watch all our programming. That's right. We have a television network also. So go to that website, search for FFN Network, and watch all our programming. Okay? I'll tell you one thing that's going to be the greatest thing to sit down with your grandchild, okay, or your nephew or your niece on Saturday mornings, give them the tablet or the smartphone or whatever, because I'll tell you what, every Saturday morning on FFN Network, television network, on STRIMM.com, the kids are going to love it. The kids are going to love it. We're having cartoons from 11 to 1 p.m. in the afternoon every Saturday. And I'm talking about the old school kind. I'm talking about Looney Tunes. I'm talking about Captain Caveman. I'm talking about Kung Fu Huey. We're going to have Scooby-Doo up there. We're going to do it all. If your cable company doesn't allow you to watch Boomerang or whatever, and the kid could sit down on, go to STRIMM.com, search FFN Network, and watch our shows. Okay? All our shows are up there. The Blaizeman Miss Tammy Show, The Rabbit Hole, The Blaizeman Morning Show. We have, Abbott and Costello movies. Speaking of that, this Sunday coming up is a marathon of all Abbott and Costello movies. Okay? If you watch it and I miss maybe one that you liked, I apologize because they made a lot of movies. But I put enough up to be all day. This Sunday coming up, this Sunday, his date is, the 24th, which is my anniversary. Anyways, so just go check it out. Turn your friends onto it. If you got a smart TV, you can even download the app. Okay. Now, I got to be honest. They've been having problems with their servers and they're trying to fix things because if you're watching it on your computer, you might have a little trouble with it. I know I even do, but it works way better on the app. things like that. And they promise me, because, I'm part of the company now, that, they're going to fix all of those problems and things like that. But anyways, just go check it out. STIMM.com. I'm sorry, STRIMM.com. I'll get used to it. It's brand new. And go check it out, man. Search for FFN Network. It's got a guide and everything. It'll tell us we'll tell you guys what the next show is coming up, and and all those things like that. With that being said, if you want to call into the show and say hi to me, you absolutely can. The number's scrolling down the bottom at 508-812-0318. Or you can just, whatever platform you're watching this on, just type right in that little text thing, and it will pop up right here, and I'll be able to see it. Okay? Now, with all of that being said, I want to know, the VA is a piece of shit organization. Okay? And when I hear some of these stories all the time, when I used to spend a lot of time down at the VFW Post 486 right here in Fall River on Bedford Street, I used to hear some of these veterans, sitting there, it's been, 3 months, I got to wait for an appointment, and this guy, has a serious, back problem or knee problem or whatever. And, it takes all of that time for these guys to go and see a fucking doctor at the VA. Some guys get in a little quicker, but listen to me, man. 114,000 veterans in the past few years commit fucking suicide. I'm challenging the United States government, and I'm challenging whoever ever runs the VA. You're doing a fucking horrible job for these young men and women to be committing suicide. And that's just what's chapping my ass right now. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't. And I know some of you that are listening to the show right now hopefully would agree that it does not have to be that way. Okay? Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel, like our channel, leave a comment. I'll get to see it. There's a chat format up there. Also, if you're watching this on Twitch, same concept. There's a chat format up there. If you got a question for me, or you agree with anything that I'm saying, or if you want to call into the show at 508-812-0318, and just let us know what's on your mind. I mean, that's I don't know. It's 114,000 veterans, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you, I'll be right back. Stick around for more of the Blaizeman Morning Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blaizeman Morning Show. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to do a little bit of weather this morning for people that might be watching the show in the neighboring area. Again, I got a PSA coming out right now. The President of the United States, Joe Biden, is visiting Somerset, Massachusetts today. It's not clear on time he's going to be there, but the Blaizeman Morning Show, excuse me, unless he's there late in the afternoon, but if he shows up during the time of the Blaizeman Morning Show, we will leave that to use, folks. So again, there's going to be a lot of road all of that stuff like that. Just please plan accordingly. If you're going to do anything in Swansea, Somerset, Seekonk, things like that, you shouldn't have a problem getting to Swansea from over the Braga Bridge. You shouldn't have a problem getting to Seekonk from over the Braga Bridge. But you're definitely not taking the exits to go into Somerset off the Braga Bridge. Or, you probably will be able to get over the New Brightman Street Bridge and, head up Route 6. But you're not going to be taking those left turns to get onto 103. You're just not going to be able to do all of that. So that's the deal with that. So with that being said, we're going to do a little bit of a forecast today just so I can let all my peeps know what's going on, because it's going to be hot. And it's not so much as the heat, it's the heat with the humidity. And that's what they talk about, like the index or whatever, because even though it's going to be like 92 degrees, it's going to feel like it's 96, 97 degrees because of the humidity. So let's just take a look here. All right. And we hope that you love the 3D spectacle. Anyways, so, here we go. So today, here's the heat index. Everybody's, getting hot. And if you listen to all the liberals and all the climate change people, it's like, oh my God, climate change. But anyways, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be 57 years old, and I can remember hundreds of summers, where we had heat waves, ladies and gentlemen, and sometimes it would stay, back in the day when I was a kid, it was called an Indian summer. If it stood in the 80s or whatever, heading into September and stuff like that, there was, none of this global warming bullshit that's going on here. So right now, here is, let me get out of here a little bit. This is not where I want to be. There we go. See, I can do whatever I want. Oh my God, you're at this flat. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, here is, here's where we are. Okay. And it's 84 degrees right now. So at 9 a.m., it's 84 degrees right now in the Massachusetts area. Wind is 3 miles per hour. Okay, I should have been a meteorologist, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. I should have been it. The wind is 3 miles an hour. Let's check out, here's some humidity. Here we go with the humidity. See, the humidity is at 64%. Okay, that's some pretty freaking high humidity, And of course, you see the little orange. There's a lot of orange over here, but it's always hot over there. Arizona, all those places. I got family that lives in Arizona. I have friends that live in Texas. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, for years and years and years, they've hit like 110 temperatures, So whatever. Anyways, here is some visibility. Visibility looks fantastic around our area if you want to get out on the boat and and have a good time, and just watch out for this little area over here. It's a little bit of some storms out over here, but visibility is 21.5 miles of clear visual, ladies and gentlemen. So, and of course, his today's pressure, and have no idea what that is, but there's a little dew point. We ain't getting no goddamn rain. Dew point is at 68 Fahrenheit. And this is what I want to talk about most. This is the heat index. It says it's good. But over here, and, oops, sorry, I wanted to do that. And this is our area. And there is a weather advisory. I'll take a quick peek at that. So air quality, ladies and gentlemen, is not going to be that good. So listen, try not, if you're going to do it now. Take your pets out for a walk or whatever while it's a little bit cool and the sidewalks ain't as hot and as crazy as everything. Don't leave your fucking pet in the car, and don't leave, okay, your child in the car for any reason, okay? I don't care if you see a sign on a store that says giving away free $50 fucking Visa cards. Don't leave your child in the car. Do you understand? Do not leave your child in the car. Okay? I know some of you are watching right now. I just watched some of you leaving like, oh my God, he's doing the weather. Yeah, man, because it's fun. And that's what the Blaizeman morning show is about. Just having fucking fun, man. All right, so there's an air quality alert, right? So look, if you see some homeless people sitting on the ground or whatever and stuff like that, throw them some fucking water. Just be a normal fucking human being for once. Just throw them some water. So yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal with that. Okay, as far as weather's concerned here. For the Blaizeman morning show. And that's the deal there. So I'm just still trying to get off of my mind of 114,000 veterans. All right. This is just nuts, it just never ends. It just this is from the Associated Press. What is happening here? Is that, I didn't. Attacker mows down family with vehicle, kills two with shotgun. All right. Picture this in the 1940s and 50s, because you never heard this. But picture how this would sound.
On today's news, attacker mows down family with vehicle, kills two with a shotgun. Okay? All right. Billing Mount. A man drove his vehicle into a family as they walked near a glacier, Glacier National Park, then got out and began shooting at them with a shotgun, killing one man and mortally wounding a toddler. Doesn't sound too good hearing that in the 40s and 50s, huh?
But this is how it sounds now with all the fucking maniacs out there. It's what's happening? Anyways, shooting them with a shotgun, killing one man and mortally wounding a toddler before one of the victims managed to kill the assailant after he ran out of ammunition. Authority said Tuesday, killed in the attack on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation in northwestern Montana, where David Sewer, 39, Syracuse, New York, and Sewer's 18-month-old daughter, Mackenzie. Uh, the uh, the assailant, Derek Amos, Madden, 37, had been in a prior relationship with the woman who killed him and had mental health issues, according to the Glacier County Sheriff's Office. Madden drove his vehicle into the family just before 9 p.m. Sunday as they walked along a roadway in the small town of East Glacier Park, hitting some of them before crashing into a tree. Sheriff's office said, as a member of the family, as a member of the family tried to run, Madden shot and killed David and mortally wounded Mackenzie. The young girl was being held by her mother, Christy, 40, who was shot and wounded. This is our society today. Okay? Can you believe that shit? This is our society today. And it's not, I'm not going to say there's not nothing I'm not going to say that there's not nothing we can do about it, because there is. But, oh, man. I mean, when are they going to stop with this January 6th bullshit? Does anybody know? Because I want to share it with the rest of you. I honest to God do. I want to share this with the rest of you because it just, one of these things that I'm about to show everybody. And I hope that I still have it. I was supposed to use it on one of the rabbit hole shows or whatever, but them guys want to talk about all kinds of other shit. Here I am right here. Okay. But it's got to be up here somewhere. Well, I did that. Just bear with me, folks. You know how it goes, man. This was Thursday. Okay. Oh, we can watch that another time. That's going to be fun. I know I have it up over here somewhere. Again, bear with me. It's another thing that I love about the software. There's so much shit that we can watch. Bullshit. And this one is... Yeah, that was on. We talked about that on the Blaizeman and Miss Tammy show last night. And here it is. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about here for a second. If I can't get it up here, let me see this. All right, and I'll do that. Okay, so anyways, look, and here we go. Just got to give it a second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I haven't had time to try to push this in on any of our other shows, but I'm certainly going to push it in on a morning show. I have material today, so you got to bear with me. You got to stick around with me. All right, so this broad, right? Hutchison, White House lawyers were afraid Trump's going to Capitol would lead to criminal charges. All right. So they put, okay. So they put this broad up on a stage, and this couldn't be any more hearsay than anything, because she got this from a second party. So she got this from a person that said, I'm not sure if they were there or they heard it from someone else that was there. But this person that's talking right now, that's going to be talking right now, was not there. Was not there at all. And I want everybody here on the Blaizeman Morning Show to listen to her bullshit. So that way, if you do decide to go see Biden today, you can scream out her name and say what a moron she is. Liar. Liar. That's how I look at it. Anyway, so let's take a listen. This ought to be hilarious. Remember, she was not there. Excuse me. And this woman right here, you see her? You see this woman right here? Huh? You see her? She is the biggest traitor in the Republican Party ever.
Had included discussions at some point about what the president would do when he came up to the Capitol on January 6th. Let's look at a clip of one of your interviews discussing that issue. Let's look at a clip of one that the plans for the president to come up to the Capitol included discussions at some point about what the president would do when he came up to the Capitol on January 6th. Let's look at a clip of one of your interviews discussing that issue with the committee.
When you were talking about a scheduled movement, did anyone say what the president wanted to do when he got here?
No. Not that I can specifically remember. I remember hearing a few different ideas discussed between Mark and Scott Perry, Mark and Rudy Giuliani.
Not hearsay. More hearsay.
I don't know which conversations were elevated to the president.
You don't know shit.
What he personally wanted to do when he went up to the Capitol that day. I know that there were discussions about him having another speech outside of the Capitol before going in. I know that there was a conversation about him going into the House chamber at one point.
As we've all just heard, in the days leading up to January 6th, on the day of the speech, both before and during and after the rally speech, President Trump was pushing his staff to arrange for him up here to the Capitol during the electoral count. Let's turn now to what happened in the president's vehicle when the Secret Service told him he would not be going to the Capitol after his speech.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to how fucking ridiculous this is.
Here's the president's brigade leaving the ellipse after his
Now remember, this woman was not in this limousine.
speech on January 6th.
Okay, so that's him leaving. All right, he's clapping. Yeah. I mean, what can you expect? He thought that the
Ms. Hutchinson, when you returned to the White House in the motorcade after the president, where did you go?
When I returned to the White House, I walked upstairs towards the Chief of Staff's office, and I noticed Mr. Ornato at the office. And once we had made eye, waved me to go into his office, which was just across the hall from mine. When I went in, he shut the door, and I noticed Bobby Engel, who is the head of Mr. Trump's security detail, sitting in a chair, just looking somewhat discombobulated and a little lost.
that's your
I
fucking
looked at Tony,
opinion.
and he had said,
Maybe
"Did you
that's how he
hear
looks
what
all the
happened in
time.
the Beast?" I said, "No, Tony, I just got back. What happened?" Tony proceeded to tell me that When the president got in the Beast, he was under the impression from Mr. Meadows that the off-the-record movement to the Capitol was still possible and likely to happen, but that Bobby had more information. So once the president had gotten into the vehicle with Bobby, he thought that they were going up to the Capitol, and when Bobby had relayed to him, we don't have the assets to do it, it's not secure, we're going back to the West Wing, the president had very strong, a very angry response to that. Him as being irate. The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now."
Sure.
To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going to the West Wing, not going to the Capitol." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Ornato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
And was Mr. Engel in the room as Mr. Ornato told you this story?
He was.
Did Mr. Engel correct or disagree with any part of the story from Mr. Ornato?
Mr. Engel did not correct or disagree with any part of the story.
Did Mr. Engel or Mr. Ornato ever after that tell you that what Mr. Ornato had just said was untrue?
Neither Mr. Ornato nor Mr. Engel told me ever that was untrue.
And despite this altercation, this physical altercation, during the ride back to the White House, President Trump still demanded to go to the Capitol. Here's what Kayleigh McEnany, the White House press secretary at the time, wrote in her personal notes and told the committee about President Trump's desire to go to the Capitol after returning to the White House.
When you wrote POTUS wanted to walk to the Capitol, was that based solely on what the president said during his speech or anything that he or anybody else said afterwards?
So to the best of my recollection, I believe when we got back to the White House, he said he wanted to physically walk with the marchers. And according to my notes, he then said he'd be fine with just riding the Beast. But to the best of my recollection, he wanted to be a part of the march in some fashion.
Okay, and just for the record, the Beast refers to the presidential limousine?
Yes.
President Trump did not go to the Capitol that day. We understand that he blamed Mark Meadows for that.
So prior to leaving the rally site, when he got off the stage and everybody was making the movement back to the motorcade, I had overheard Mr. Meadows say to him then, as I had prior to Mr. Trump taking the stage that morning, that he was still working on getting an off-the-record movement to the Capitol. So when Mr. Trump took the stage, he was under the impression via Mr. Meadows that it was still possible. So when he got off the stage, I had relayed to Mr. Meadows that I had another conversation with Tony. The movement was still not possible. Mr. Meadows said, okay. And then as they proceeded to go to the motorcade, and Mr. Meadows had reiterated, we're going to work on it, sir, talk to Bobby. Bobby has more information. Mark got into his vehicle, to my understanding. Trump got into the Beast. And after we had all arrived back at the White House, later in the day, it had been relayed to me via Mark that the president wasn't happy that Bobby didn't pull it off for him and that Mark didn't work hard enough to get the movement on the books.
So I said, yeah, you're saving hundreds with the home and auto bundle from Progressive, but there's no saving that casserole.
Sorry, folks. We have to watch
I just
this.
love that word bundle.
this bullshit.
It's so fun. So, two things coming together like a force of nature. Like it was really meant to be.
On January the 6th, 2021, the world watched in shock as the U.S. Capitol was stormed.
Rodney, set up a bundle for John Hay. Of course.
But for some, it wasn't such a surprise.
I never said it
He
was.
didn't look up to his
Technically, you
phone
didn't
and
say it
said
wasn't.
something to
It's
the
not.
effect.
Yeah.
Extreme heat across the country. And it's not just unpleasant, it's dangerous. Around 120 million Americans, that's more than a third, are facing excessive heat warnings and advice. No better in Europe. Unheard of temperatures and drought conditions are generating devastating wildfires. Chris Van Cleve is in Dallas, where it's expected.
Ooh, 110 degrees for a second day in a row. You know what I mean? So this is we got to continue with this because it's just, you know, I want to give everybody the full gist of this retardedness that's wasting so much taxpayers' money, and the only reason why they're doing this is because in case he runs again for 2024, and I believe that is the case if you hear things here and there and stuff like that. So, but that's the deal. That's the way I feel about it. You know what I mean? That they're just doing all of this. I mean, Jesus Christ, they spent 4 years and all they did, Democrats, was they didn't do anything but just tried to impeach this gentleman. That's that's all that they tried to do, was just try to impeach the president of the United States. They did nothing else. So let's take some more of the bullshit. To me, and before I play this video, again, my opinion, and this is the way that I felt that this went down. Okay. Because I'm gonna dive right into this. I'm gonna dive into it, okay? Because the next break we're gonna be a little bit longer break because I want to stay with this some part of the morning, okay? And because I believe that agitators were busted in here. I'm sorry, and some Democrat official or some Democrat supporter that has a shit ton of money, Soros, and paid some of these people and busted them in and said, "Look, here's about $500. We want you to go up there and start as much shit as possible." You know what I mean? I swear, that's the way that I feel that this went down. You know what I mean? That's all. Because there were a lot of peaceful people peacefully protested. You know what I mean? And whatever happened to, this is the people's country. And if you got, a lot of people that are saying, look, we think that the election was not fair, and we want to voice our opinion. But for me, again, I'm telling you, agitators were brought to the scene. It's not hard, you know what I mean, to get some idiot and a bunch of his friends to throw on a MAGA hat, you know what I mean, and have a sign. You know where I'm getting at here. It's not hard to do. Okay, and again, I'm going to show this piece. We're going to take a break. We're going to dive into this a little bit more. If you're not interested, hey, I'll see you another time. But I think this is important. There's a lot of taxpayers' money going into this shit, and all I want to do is just get you to think a little bit, and that's all. You know what I mean? So let's take a little shot at this, ladies and gentlemen.
On January the 6th, 2021, the world watched in shock as the US Capitol was. But for some, it's such a surprise.
He didn't look up from his phone and something to the effect of, "There's a lot going on, Cass. I don't know. Things might get real bad January 6th.
That conversation with former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows is just the start of Cassidy Hutchinson's explosive testimony. The former White House aide has detailed what happened behind the scenes on the day of the Capitol attack to the committee investigating the insurrection, revealing that ahead of Donald Trump's rally, he was aware people had weapons.
I overheard the president say something to the effect of, I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away. Let my people in. They can march to the Capitol from here."
President Trump was aware that a number of the individuals in the crowd had weapons, and were wearing body armor. And here's what President Trump instructed the crowd to do.
We're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol.
The former president wasn't at the Capitol as protesters stormed, but Ms. Hutchinson testified that he was fighting to join his supporters, only to be stopped by his security.
The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel.
Donald Trump used his own social media site to deny the allegations. With the explosive testimony, the committee will now seriously consider bringing in the Trump administration's top lawyer, Pat Cipollone.
It was really sad. As an American, I was disgusted. It was unpatriotic. It was un-American.
Shocking insights from someone on the inside. Sarah Jane Bell, ABC News.
Now, Julia, who is Cassidy Hutchinson and why was her decision to testify considered so significant?
Cassidy Hutchinson was the chief of staff of White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. So she was clearly very close to the president, and she was clearly someone who was close to the president's chief of staff. So she was very much had an inside look at the inner workings of the White House in general, but especially on January 6th. You know, there are so many blocks of time during January 6th where we don't have that much information as to where the president was, what he was doing, what his state of mind was. So this was able to give us more of an inside look as to what happened. Now, of course, the president and his allies are downplaying her testimony, denying it, but it's certainly been a shock, I think, to a lot of us in Washington, hearing what exactly went down behind closed doors that day, according to Hutchinson.
What was most surprising about her testimony? What stood out to you?
Well, there were a number of things. I think, first of all, we heard that, according to Hutchinson, there were protesters or attendees of President Trump's rally earlier that day at the White House Ellipse who were apparently armed and had weapons. And President Trump wanted them in attendance at the Ellipse and wanted them
happened with barricades. Why were some officers allowing protesters onto the steps of Capitol Hill?
So
have you seen this? No one has explained
clearly
what
there was going to be this march later that day. He knew there were
happened with those
weapons
barricades.
involved, and then subsequently the president said we're going to march down to the Capitol. So that raised a lot of questions. There's also a bigger question about the president's behavior in the car, close to the Capitol. Hutchinson testified that the president wanted to go to the Capitol to join protesters. Security detail director and the driver of that vehicle said, "No, Mr. President, we're not going to go there." He allegedly, according to Hutchinson, lunged at them and tried to grab the steering wheel. Now, Trump denying that, and in fact, there's lots of reports saying that the driver and the security detail director are willing to testify that that did not happen. But I think all of this paints a picture as to, the lengths President Trump was willing to go to make a statement on January 6th and to be involved, according to Cassidy Hutchinson.
She's certainly been brave in coming forward, receiving death threats, I understand. How difficult has it been to get some of the key witnesses to come forward, including the White House Chief of Staff and Counsel?
It's been difficult. I think, not only is there this issue of security and potential death threats that have actually come in, but there's a political future to keep involved here. Look, President Trump, whether you like it or not, is still the head of the Republican Party, or the de facto head of the Republican Party. He is seen as someone who has a lot of sway among Republican voters. His base is still very influential. So I think a lot of these political figures who need to figure out whether they are going to come before the committee to testify are sort of weighing that with their own political future and their own future working for President Trump, or who may or may not be a major figure in the Republican Party going forward, but for now is.
Well, this particular hearing was an unexpected one. Will we see more of these? And what happens next with these hearings?
Right. So we're supposed to see more of the hearings going forward. We didn't think we would have any more hearings until July. However, yesterday's was a bit of a surprise. We know that there have been other surprises, other twists and turns in these many hearings. So there could potentially be more. However, we do know there will definitely be more hearings going forward. But look, the committee has to wrap up, especially before midterm season really kicks off and the campaign season kicks off. So I think they're looking to move through this pretty quickly while at the same time still making their case.
Meanwhile, Julia, a Florida man has pleaded guilty to 3 felony charges related to the insurrection and storming of the U.S. Capitol.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the storming right now.
This is just one example of, people across the country continuing to, face legal action for their actions during the insurrection. We know that this was a nationwide effort, that there were people across the country who descended upon Washington. So this is yet another update in that legal action. I think you can definitely expect to see more.
Julia Manchester, thanks for updating.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, so anyways, let's get a little bit more into that. Okay. People storming, they're storming the Capitol, but let's see here. Does that do that? Yeah, it does. All right. So let's try to get a little explanation on how this went down and why this was allowed right here. Let's check it out, folks.
What happened with those barricades? Why were some officers allowing protesters onto the steps of Capitol Hill? Have you seen this? No one has explained what this was all about.
Come on, let's go.
And this happened all over Capitol Hill that day. You'll see in another portion here. These barricades being removed by police officers so these people can get inside the Capitol building.
Somebody, I'm telling you, somebody in a high authority was telling these Capitol Police, let them in. Just let them in. I'm fucking telling you, folks, it doesn't make sense. If they had these people subdued, this guy right here, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here saying, come on. I'm telling you, this is, it's the way I feel. Okay. It's my opinion. Okay. Laugh at it, do whatever you want. I could give a shit less because I truly believe this is what happened. Okay. This is exactly what happened. And, and they're letting them in.
Building. And then there were others, Capitol Hill police officers, just standing by, just welcome to the Capitol. What was all of this about? What was all of this about?
They were told to stand down.
Also, and you've seen this by now, the Horns guy and others like him just allowed into the Senate. They were just allowed into the Senate.
Look,
at one point, that
him.
Capitol Hill police officer, is basically saying, all right, guys, time's up. Do you mind leaving?
Any chance I could get you guys to leave the Senate wing?
We will. I've been making sure they ain't disrespecting the place.
Okay, just want to let you guys know this is like the sacredest place.
I know.
So why was that happening on the Senate side? Meanwhile, over on the House side, anybody who got within 10 feet of the House chamber was shot and killed.
Yeah. But gun, that's when they shot the girl.
That's happening on the House side. You saw what was happening in the Senate side. Makes no sense. No warning. Ashley Babbitt was shot and killed, and nobody seems to care. And for what I'm told about this commission, it will specifically not ask questions about this matter.
Nope.
It's like having the 9/11 commission and not investigating the plane crashes of September 11, 2001, the hijacked planes. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. It is. So, but I got to take this one down here. Sorry about that. Anyways, so look, they're letting them in, right? So you seen that? I mean, and why are they letting them in? Again, some more footage of the Capitol Police just letting these protesters in. And I truly believe they got a stand down order from a higher up. I don't care what anybody's going to say to me. There's no audio to this, folks. It's just today. This is the upper west terrace exterior, and they're just letting them in. Okay, and then you can see the instigators. Maybe some people that are actually Trump supporters, like this guy. He's like, I shouldn't be in here. The guy with the red sack. He's like, I shouldn't be in here. You know, I got to get out of here. It doesn't seem right to be in here. But, again, assuming they're talking still to Capitol Police or whatever and stuff like that. And then, somebody says, go ahead, just let them in. We'll just watch this video just a little bit longer here. Because that's what I feel is what happened. Look, see, they let them in. There they go. They're inside. Okay. And here's your guy right here again, in my opinion, that's filming everything for this January 6th commission. He's like, I got it all on tape. Hey, you don't need to get it on tape there, jackass. They got video right here. They're just letting them in. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Let's go. There's no way I would be a part of that. I would be like, yeah, something's up with that. We're letting everybody in the building. And here is the Capitol. Here's the police, man. They're right here. They're just letting them in the building. They're just letting them in the building. You block that, and you say, look, we're not allowing anybody in today, ladies and gentlemen, so, fuck off, shit like that. I mean, look, man, again, it's my opinion, but I'm telling you, I am telling you that, there's more. I'm going to come back with some more. All right, stick around because I'm coming back with more, baby. You can guarantee that, and get you to think just a little bit more about it. And don't forget, President Sleepy Bunker Joe is coming to Somerset, Massachusetts today. And if we're still doing our show live and something happens, then we will go right to you. Okay, so anyways, sorry for that ridiculously long break. I apologize for that. I had gotten some phone calls in that I had to answer. So again, apologize for that sincerely. Um, so I have a little bit of like a conspiracy video. Some of you might not want to hear it or like it because it's from my boy Tucker. And I like watching the Tucker Carlson show. I mean, I think the guy's a buffoon sometimes, but otherwise than that, I don't know. I just like watching his show. So let's take a little peek at this again. And this is a conspiracy theory type of situation here. So let's take a listen.
For the FBI. So they were almost certainly working for the FBI. So FBI operatives were organizing the attack on the Capitol.
Yep.
Strangely, some of the key people who participated on January 6th have not been charged. Look at the documents. The government calls those people unindicted co-conspirators. What does that mean? Well, it means that in potentially every single case, they were FBI operatives. Really?
This is simply impossible, right? He's got it wrong. Here's why. If you're an FBI undercover, if you're an informant, you're not really part of a criminal agreement. You're pretending for the sake of the investigation. So no prosecutor would ever use this phrase, unindicted co-conspirator, to refer to somebody working for the FBI.
But wait. Here's the interesting thing. Oh, okay.
To what extent was there infiltration of those groups by undercover agents or informants? When we pull that thread, the ugly truth of that event, and perhaps even the country we live in, will be exposed.
Why is that? You know why. Other channels fill their air with attacks on so-called Proud Boys, whoever they are. Are you shocked? We're shocked. We shouldn't be shocked. When thousands of your countrymen storm the Capitol building, you don't have to like it, but if you don't bother to pause and learn a single thing from it, then you're a fool. You lack wisdom and you lack self-awareness. You know what that was, and you also know what it wasn't. It was not an act of racism. It was not an insurrection. It wasn't an armed invasion by a brigade of dangerous white supremacists. It wasn't. Those are lies. Because it's a farce. It's a complete farce. It's partisan as hell. It's fake. Don't play along with the fraud. We spent all day trying to locate the famous QAnon. If it's out there, we could not find it. There is.
That's oh boy, they all attack one another. Hey everybody, listen, thanks for tuning in to the Blaizeman Morning Show. The gas companies out here and they're digging holes and they need to come up to the house and all that stuff like that. So I got to cut it short a little bit. And thank you very much. And don't forget to check out STRIMM.com and check out FFN network television station and enjoy everything. Peace and love to everybody. Stay cool today. Check on the elderly, check on your grandparents, your mom, your dad, all that stuff like that. Don't leave your kids in the car. Don't leave your pet in the car, and don't do none of that stupid shit. All right. I'll catch you tomorrow, 9 a.m. until whenever. With that being said, I'm your host, Blaizeman, and everyone have a great